my beautiful stars! Today I bring you a video going over patch 0.169 that just released earlier today for Palia. And this patch theme is change, and boy does it do just that. I also thought it would be kind of fitting to wear my sweets and treats dress as we say goodbye to the cake parties we once knew. So, let's dive on in! Alright guys, so with this update we did get 4 brand new outfits added to the Palia store. So the first up we have the Everyday Flare, which this one's going to be the Embroidered Elegance. We also have the Classically Sleek. We have the Gorgeous Ginkgo. And if you want to buy all 3 of these, that will be 1,700 Palian coins. Or if you just want to buy one, it'd be 850. Next up we have the Smoking Jacket, which first we have the Crocheted Checks, the Silken Stems, and then lastly the Printed Plaid. And again, this one will also go for 1,700 if you want all 3, or 850 if you just want the one. Next up, we have the Folk Flowers. First, we have the Calendula. We also have the Sunflower. And we have the Poppy. If you want to buy this one for all 3, it's going to be 3,400, or if you want to buy just one, it would be 1,700 Palia coins. And then lastly, which is my favorite one that's been added with this update, is going to be the Sylph Bundle. First up, we have the Bright Bloom. Then we have the Vine Glade. And then we have the Starfall, which is probably going to be the one that I get. Now, if you want to buy all 3 of these, you are going to have to spend 5,100 Palian coins. Or if you want to just get one, it's going to be 2,550. Now the cool things with this outfit is when you are wearing the one-piece bodysuit, you actually leave a trail behind you. So as you can see in this shop here, I have this green glowing trail like butterfly flying around me. So as I move in-game, that trail will actually follow behind me as I move around. So super, super cool. Alright guys, so that's all 4 outfits. Let's dive into the next thing. Alrighty guys, right before we dive into the next thing, I did just want to show off the outfit. I did go ahead and get it. And as you can see, when you are standing still, you get these like little magical butterflies spawn and like circle around you, which I think is super, super cute. And then when you move, they do kind of go away, just similar to like the antler outfit. But I did also want to show you guys when you are moving, you do leave a little bit of a sparkle trail behind you, which I think is really cute as well. But anywho, so the next thing that we are going to discuss in the patch notes is that the emoji market has finally come to an end. So I did want to just say a goodbye to the emoji market. It was fun collecting all the choppas, turning them in for tickets, and buying all the goods. Was a lot of fun, especially when they made the changes to the Choppa Chase. I am super excited though to see what other events that Singularity 6 can come up with, but I did want to give a nice little send-off to the Magi Market, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Alrighty guys, so reading this next part on the patch notes has me super excited, as Zeki's secret black market has gotten a major revamp. So let's go check it out. Okay, so rather than just coming out into that open room now, it looks like we head down some stairs. Oh, there's some people already leaving. Oh, we got some signs and stuff. Looks like some flyers up on the wall, some produce. Okay, alright, this is already looking quite massive. Oh, looks like we've got some stuff here for sale. Nothing here, but we got another small frame. Here we've got the rugs. Looks like some of the rugs, be a little bit too big for this display, but that's alright. Here we have his cash register, which still sells the same stuff as before. Looks like over here, Zeki did use his wondrous machine to clone himself another lucky box, so if you do have any lucky coins, you can always come down here. Oh, looks like someone is sitting up there. Very nice. These plushes are adorable. Looks like that one might be of a fish. It's hard to tell with them sitting on it, but super cute. Over here we got the... No way! I I've been waiting so long for the capital chic bathtub, guys, and I get it during this video. Yes, okay, you guys are clearly my good luck charm, but that is amazing. I don't know if this folding screen is one week. No, everything here you're not supposed to be able to craft, right? Okay, we're gonna have to buy that too then. So this is awesome. So it looks like all the furniture is gonna be displayed here. You've got your rugs here. I don't know why there's only one picture. Usually there's two. Maybe sometimes there's only one. But it looks like you'll have your paintings and your rugs over here. And then, oh my goodness. Look at this. This is crazy. It's so huge. Okay, looks like we got another arcade machine here. This one looks broken down. A claw machine with plushes inside. How cute would that be, guys? If we got a claw machine we could play and win some plushies, that would be awesome. Looks like there's a little workshop over here. Look at Reth's like little restaurant area. Oh my goodness. I want one of these for my house. Those light fixtures are cute. Oh look, we could do like stand-up comedian night, open mic night. That would be so cute to see people do videos of. That would be hilarious. Maybe I'll try to do one. So it looks like you can also access his cash register here, buy his normal recipes. Super cute. Looks like we can go in the back here. So this is probably where, you know, maybe he'll come and stand when it's time for him to be here. Super cute. It looks way nicer than the inn. Oh my goodness. I think he should just work here full time. You know what I'm saying? Looks like back here. Oh, this looks like it could be like some kind of minecart thing comes out. Oh, does this door go in anywhere? No, okay. Maybe one day, but not right now. Okay, so this just comes back all the way around. Oh, look at the arcade machines. So you could come here and like play the game with your friends. That's super cute. And then I love that right in the center is some of these like old ruins. Be interesting to see what the story is maybe behind these particular ruins, if we'll ever find out. Fingers crossed. And it looks like there's a door up here. Now this door has to go somewhere, right? Like you have this huge ramp leading here. Let's see. Oh, what did that just say? Reth's storeroom? Wait, so now we can link it to Reth's storeroom as well? No way. Oh, this is okay. That is super awesome. So now if you want to go down to the underground, you can either go through Zeki's shop, you could go through Reth's storeroom. That is super awesome. I love these changes. Super cute. And I can't believe we got the capital chic bathtub. I've been hunting this for so long. Thank you guys. Like I said, you guys are my good luck charm. I appreciate you. Thank you guys. Alright, let's go on to the next thing. We also got ourselves a brand new emote as well with this patch, so let's go check that out. I already put it on my emote wheel here, and it is going to be the Neil emote. Alright, I approve. I don't know how often I'll use this one, but can never go wrong with more emotes. So just a quick small disclaimer, I did actually record this little bit before I went to Zeki's underground shop to cover that part, because when I started recording this, it was still daytime and I was waiting for it to be nighttime to go explore Zeki's new black market. So I was super sad because I couldn't show it off with the capital chic bathtub. But since you guys are my lucky charms, we were able to pick up that capital chic bathtub. So now we can test out this next feature with it as well. And that feature is going to be flowing water. That's right, guys. You heard me correctly. We can now turn on our sinks and bathtubs to enjoy water. So we're going to go ahead and check it out here for the different sinks that I placed in here. Oh, look at that. That is super cool. So awesome. I love that. And for the bathtubs, you can turn those on and they will actually fill up with water. And you can see them, it gets like this steamy hot effect, which I absolutely love. So now you can hop in, take yourself a quick little bath, little splish splash, which if you couldn't tell, you can also hear little sound effects of it too. I absolutely love. And then of course when you're done, you are able to go ahead and turn all of these off if you don't want them to be constantly running. And if you don't want your tub to be filled with water, just turn that off. And you can watch as that water slowly drains out of the tub. I absolutely love this feature so much. Thank you, Singularity 6. I cannot wait to see what other interactions you add for other pieces of furniture. So, what's next on the list? Next on the list, Singularity 6 has now made it to where we can destroy crops. So if you're ever in a situation, you're trying to quickly plant some crops and you go, oops, this corn was not meant to be a corn. This was meant to be a potato. Well, now you could just take out your hoe, go to the crop that you want to remove, hold right click on it, and you will remove that crop. Now do keep in mind that you won't get the seed back, so if you accidentally plant something, keep that in mind. The seed is gone, but however, you can then go back in and plant what you actually intended to plant there. Now with our crops, we also got the addition of when we are online, our crops will continue to grow without requiring us to have to visit the house plot. So if we're going to be on for a while, no need to worry and come here every day at 6 p.m. to make sure our crops hit the next stage. We could just stay out adventuring and they'll grow on their own. Now as a segue off of the crops, in the patch notes, it was also listed that the apple seeds and tomato seed icons got a bit of an adjustment, so that way it's easier to see which is which. And I do say that is definitely an improvement. It was a little difficult to tell before if you were grabbing an apple seed or a tomato seed, but now it is much clearer and more obvious on which one is which. So definitely great addition as well there. Also in this patch, Singularity 6 has gone and made it a little bit easier to view and use the UI for adjusting door and wall styles for housing add-ons. So if we go into the menu now, if we click on one of our rooms, it's a little bit clearer to see what you're actually editing. The icons now are actually on the wall that it's associated with. You can also very clearly see these are windows, these are walls, and you can go in and be able to adjust kind of the different sizes or styles that you would like for those different aspects to be. Next up on our list, we can finally discover 2 of the recipes that were meant to be in an earlier patch, but unfortunately were bugged. The first one is going to be the Hot Hounds recipe, and the second one is going to be the Crab Gumbo recipe. If you want to find yourself the Hot Hounds one though, you're just going to head over to Hadari's house, and of course it's going to be in his room because Hadari, let's be honest, is a Hot Hound himself. So we're going to come into his room, and we're just going to go to this back corner right here on top of these boxes, and boom, you've now got yourself the recipe for Hot Hounds. Now let's go get our Crab Gumbo. In order to get the Crab Gumbo recipe, you want to come over here to head over to Zeki's house, which is going to be in Killameth Valley, right here on the map, just in case you aren't aware already. You're going to head into his house, you're going to want to go into his room, and then right to the left here on his desk, you'll find the recipe for Crab Gumbo. Hope you're doing alright in Killameth, kitten. I got your letter about wanting to sell my old gumbo recipe, and I thought I'd send it your way. So with that, you do have both of your recipes. Do keep in mind, in order to access a villager's room, you do have to get them to level 3 in order to receive their level 3 friendship quest. Upon completing the quest, you will gain access to their room. You'll get the key. So you will need to get Hadari and Zeki to level 3 at least if you want to grab these recipes. But now let's go cook them. So in order to make the Hot Hounds, it looks like you're going to need 1 cooking oil to start it. Then you're going to need 1 of any of the red meats, 1 onion, and 1 of the new crops, the spicy pepper. It looks like it's going to give us 175 focus points as well. And for the Crab Gumbo, this one looks like it takes a little bit more. But it looks like to start off, you're going to need 1 flour, 1 oyster meat, and 1 cooking oil. Then as you go through the process, you're going to need 1 of any type of crab, 1 onion, 1 cooking oil, and again 1 spicy pepper, and this one will give 250 focus points. So I hope you guys enjoy cooking those up, as they do look mighty delicious. So with this patch, our storage system as well as our work table got a little bit more love. With our storage system, several items have now been properly categorized as equipment rather than consumable. So now when you come over to your equipment tab in your storage chest, you'll be able to find your resource trackers, kits, smoke candles, and your honey lures. Now for the work table, Singularity 6 did say they wanted to make it a little bit easier on us. And so when we needed to create ammo, instead of having to go to the tool tab and scroll all the way through our tools to access them, they now have their own special tab in the work table that you can go where you can find all of your arrows, fertilizer, smoke bombs, repair kits, or your other little trinkets such as your buzzy jar or compass, etc. And finally, we get to the big one that I know you guys have all been waiting for, the rebalancing of celebration cakes, or the Nerf, as some people are referring to it. Now, the TLDR to it is that the celebration cakes now sell for about 40% less. What this means is that before getting to the glowworms or the fertilizer or anything like that, just selling the pure cakes that you got, you could roughly get about 60,000 gold per hour. Now with the rebalance, or the Nerf, you now make about 36,000 per hour. Now granted, it's still not too shabby, especially compared to some of the other activities that you would do in Palia in order to make money. However, it is still quite a bit lower than what it used to be. Now with this, not only did they readjust how much money you make from it, but they also adjusted the recipe as well. So now the requirement for any preserve is just any fruit. So I guess we don't need jam no more? Then it also says the recipe will also now acquire sugar, which you can buy sugar from Zeki's general store for about 20 gold. They've also adjusted the buy and sell values for butter. So butter you used to buy for 80 gold, you can now buy it for 40. And then they also adjusted the buy and sell price for milk as well. Milk used to buy for 60, and now you can buy it for 30. Now on top of this, they've also gone through and adjusted the sell prices for all cooking dishes as well. So now every cooking dish across the board has had their sell values reduced by 25%. So if you were making your money purely off of cooking, whether that was the celebration cakes or anything else, please notate that all cooking recipes have received a rebalance or a slight nerf to their sell prices. Now because of this though, they've also adjusted a dish's focus value. So that way it directly ties in more with their sell value. So for example, some of the foods that they listed that will now grant more focus is going to be like the mushroom quiche or the quiche bahari, sushi, meaty udon, poke, or the bouillabaisse. I'm probably butchering some of these names and I am so sorry. Now, however, on the other end, some dishes are being adjusted so that they provide less focus. And that's going to include the stuffed mushrooms, the steak dinner, the akwindu chapa, chapa masala, creamy carrot soup, loaded potato soup, macarons, blueberry pie, apple pie, the celebration cakes, the onigiri, and the crab pot pies. So for example, I know these celebration cakes, they used to give a 900 focus points amount. They now only give 825. So you will see some difference in some of those cooking dishes as far as the focus goes. Now to kind of wrap up our list of patch notes, I thought it would be a little bit easier to just kind of pull up the patch notes themselves, as they do go a little bit more into the numbers, which of course if you want a little bit more of the numbers from the celebration cakes, you can also find all of those in the patch notes as well. But besides cooking, they also made some adjusting to gardening and fishing. So for example, the Speedy Grow fertilizer has now been updated to better reflect its function. So before the description said fertilizer that doubles the growth rate of crops, it should now read to be a little bit more clear. And it says fertilizer that for every 2 days of growth, it will grant an additional bonus day of growth. And the sell value for the Speedy Grow fertilizer has also been readjusted. So before each one would sell for 10 gold, however, it's been reduced to 5 gold. Now, even though they did reduce the sell price, they did, however, double the amount of fertilizer that is produced. So you shouldn't see really any change in how much money you're making from your fertilizer. Even though it sells for less, you will be getting more in the end. So you'll be able to still sell for about the same amount. Now, if you were to buy the fertilizer from Badru's guild store, the buy price has also been reduced. So instead of having to spend 20 of your precious metals, you now only need to spend 10. Now they also, with that, made some adjustments to the worm farms and the glowworm farms. They did state that these will produce less from cooked dishes. However, they will produce more if you use a star quality ingredient. It was supposed to be a thing before, unfortunately it was bugged and it wasn't taking into effect if you were using a star quality ingredient. However, now that has been fixed. And then again, it also mentions that the glowworm farms will produce twice as much speedy grow fertilizer compared to as before. Now mining also received some adjustments. The medium-sized pallium nodes will now drop an additional pallium ore. So if you do find yourself a medium-sized node, the minimum you will get now is 2. Rather than, I know it was kind of frustrating, you would find yourself a medium one and still only get a single ore. It's a little annoying, but now that minimum number is 2. And you will also be getting more XP for breaking those medium-sized pallium nodes to bring it better into line with their small and larger counterparts. And then of course foraging also got a little bit of a tweak. So now if you don't want to hoard all your tree seeds like myself for decoration, you can also choose to sell those tree seeds, which their sell prices have seen a drastic increase. So before you could see the acorn used to sell for 12, the pinecone used to sell for 6, the samara also for 6, and the juniper seed used to sell for 5. However, now all the way across the board, they all sell for 60 gold a piece. So if you have no plans on using them, go ahead and sell them for some extra gold. They've also increased the sell prices for some of the rare oyster drops, such as the pearl used to sell for 70 and now sells for 105, and the green pearl used to sell for 145 and now sells for 290. Granted, I never sell those, I usually just stockpile them for gifts, but if you're not a hoarder like myself, chuck them into your box and earn yourself a little bit of extra gold. With these patch notes, they also added a little section at the end for some frequently asked questions and some answers to go along with them. So one of them is, are there going to be outfits added with every patch? It's kind of become like a little meme that it wouldn't be a Palia update without a premium store update. And the answer is yes, which is understandably so. This is a free-to-play game, so I do hope people will be just a little bit more understanding that this game has to thrive off of microtransactions since it is free-to-play. The developers need to make some kind of income in order to keep these servers live and be able to keep producing more and more content for us to enjoy. So they did say yes, we need to keep making money to keep developing Palia and have it be the game that we and our players dream it to be. They did notice that selling premium outfits is currently the only way that they are making money, so it is definitely going to be the case for a while. They are also open to considering other ways to monetize, so if you guys have feedback or ideas on that, definitely let them know. Another question was, are you going to do something about how players are treating others when it comes to scarce resources like pallium nodes? And their response was that they're aware of the feedback and the discussions that have been raised as of late. However, they don't currently have a solution in mind, but they are trying their best to think of something to do. Unfortunately for this one, I really don't know what they can do. At the end of the day, unfortunately, you can't force players to have to call out these rare finds in the server chat and wait for other players to come and also collect them. Now granted, with the flow trees, they kind of have to because the larger trees, even with that exquisite axe, you can't cut them down by themselves. But for other things like the pallium nodes or the dairy cloves, a solo player can easily gather them by themselves and they don't need to notify the server. So I'm not sure what they're going to do to adjust this, if there's anything they can do, but I guess we'll see. Only time will tell. Next up, they were seeing a lot of people were getting frustrated because they were trying to fish up the sushi recipe or a certain rare fish and was having zero luck. Now, as far as the sushi recipe goes, the devs have said that there is currently a bug. So you might want to put the sushi recipe on pause if you really don't want to end up running into that bug. Maybe you'll get lucky and you won't hit that bug, but there's currently a bug that is keeping people from catching it. However, for the other things like certain rare fish, they know that it can be frustrating, especially if it's tied to progress in the game. They do say that there's room for some nice solutions, but they still have to think about what kind of solution they want to bring to that. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it is supposed to be rare. Not everything should be easy to get, because it's kind of what keeps you coming back, keeps you, you know, grinding and farming out there. So hopefully they don't make it too easy to collect everything, but maybe something. I don't know. They're still thinking of a solution, so we'll have to see what they have. And then next up they said, my homestead wall cabinet used to have dishes in it, but now it's gone. What happened? And Singularity 6 says, oops, you're actually seeing a work in progress of something we'll be adding in a future update. The ability to open and close doors for cabinets, pantries, and the like, as well as being able to add your own decor in them, which I think is going to be super awesome. Not just that we'll be able to open and close the doors, but being able to put our own little knickknacks and stuff in there. I do hope that with that change, they add like some dishes and cups and things of the like that we can go ahead and fill in those cabinets if the default kind of dishes that were designed in there are going to be removed. But I do love the idea of being able to add our own knickknacks in there. I think that'll be super fun. And then lastly, the last question is, why does it seem like the game icons of several decor items do not match their 3D model? Which we have seen quite a few of those. I have noticed some of them getting updated over time as well. One of the big ones I noticed was the Bellflower furniture set. The icons used to show the blue and white color variation, but then when you craft it, the default color is actually like this green color. But if you go into the modification bench, you can make it the blue and white color. They have adjusted that, so those icons are correct. But Singularity 6 did say that most of the icons were made from their initial concept art, but as they've progressed through it, the furniture has ended up looking a little bit different, and so some of the icons still need to be updated. And one last final thing, the list of bug fixes. The devs have fixed over 100 known issues this patch cycle. I'm not going to go over each and every one of these. You can read them in the patch notes. You can also read them on the screen now. But there were a few that really stood out to me. So the first one is the Emberborn furniture recipe. We can now get it through one of the Temple of the Flames bundles. If you've already completed the bundles, you'll find that recipe available at your workbench. I haven't done the bundle yet, but I'm super excited that we can finally get those recipes, as I do want to see that furniture set so bad. Next, of course, the mushroom dinner recipe had also been a recipe that had gone missing. It's now available again. Their hint is that maybe a certain bard has it hidden in their practice space. So if I had to guess, head over to Badger's Barn, look inside, and find yourself that mushroom dinner recipe. And then another one that also stood out to me was that the bushes and trees will now fall over after being chopped. I do like that. It's a little small, kind of subtle thing, but I do enjoy that. And then of course they did have other different little small fixes, such as the front door frame of the Dia family farm is no longer missing. The dragon wall clock is no longer missing textures. And a bunch of others, as well as the regal ballroom dress is also now fixed in the premium store. Apparently it was showing incorrect black and blue colors, but that should now be fixed as well. So again, if you want to see this full list, definitely go check out the patch notes on their website. I'll leave a link in the description, or you can read them here on the screen. But I am super excited with this patch. It's not a huge one, and there's definitely some things that are missing that I can't wait to see that were included in their dev update, such as their obstacle courses and their ammo pouches. But I am sure Singularity 6 is still working on them, and they will be here for us very soon, and I cannot wait. I absolutely love this game, and I hope you guys are too. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and if you like, feel free to check out some of my other Palia guides, or even my Palia Let's Play, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye!